We started dating, I think, in 2017 after a canoe race.
2 years from the first day we hung out was when he proposed to me.
On the beach with a few of her friends, she said yes.
Talked about our dreams of starting a family and, having kids that paddled.
That was, of course, the plan. One night I was Google MD, online, and she asked what I was Googling.
He goes, "I'm really concerned. I found a lump." And after he told me, I was like, okay, well, you need to make a doctor's appointment. You need to get in and get that checked out.
A couple weeks later, I had to go get the imaging, and that was kind of the next day was like the devastating news of, looks like you have cancer.
We had an immediate appointment with the urologist the next day, and then the following day was the emergency surgery to remove the tumor. So it was just like one thing after the next.
I just was scared. It's like you said, potentially I could lose my life. My mom passed away from cancer, so for me it was, next step is chemotherapy.
As it turns out, his testicular cancer was quite aggressive, and the chemotherapy regimen is not easy. And it's treatment that you do for 5 days in a row, and you repeat every couple of weeks.
Unfortunately, with a lot of chemotherapy, both men and women, it can cause sterility. And at the prime of your life, right, that's the last thing you ever think about.
It was pretty devastating, for anyone trying to start a family. It was a shock to both of us because we were, looking forward to that.
We went from, all of the stars kind of aligning for us to build our lives together, and then this weight of cancer being dropped on us and the overwhelming task of the chemotherapy, and for my natural fertility to just be kind of ripped out from underneath me, like all at the same time. It was something I had to mourn, and I was devastated.
Cancer is life-changing, and so patients don't know how to navigate that. And so if we can help in any way in setting up therapy or just to be a support person for them is huge.
The first week of the second cycle is super dark, and you're basically at the halfway point of a race for your life.
We were both just exhausted all the time, and I was, not feeling well, and I took a pregnancy test, and I actually discovered that I was pregnant.
So Kayden, surprised me, came outside at our picnic table.
He reached down and he got the ultrasound pictures.
Kayden told me, it was just, now you have more than me to fight for. You gotta fight for him.
We went from, the darkest time of our lives to hearing that we were gonna have a baby.
Going into my third cycle with my head high, even though it was the hardest 2 months of every single side effect, I had it. The nausea, fatigue, really not being able to eat anything. But every time I came to the infusion center, what can we do? The nurses, they show the love for everyone, and that's what I thought was just impressive.
It's not just a single person, right? I mean, we have the oncologist on a different island. You have me here kind of helping to guide the care. And the folks in my clinic, as well as in the infusion center, are integral.
I'm based on Oahu. We had a pandemic going on, and my contact with Forrest and his family was through telehealth. That was critical because the direction and the guidance comes partly through me, in addition to the rest of the team. And it was an example of how things can work and should work.
The team at Wilcox definitely pushed me to go far. They pushed me to the finish.
When we did his scans, it always feels like a miracle, but when everything melts away, everyone celebrates, including me.
And we were graced with a baby boy on January 17th. And whenever I look at him, I still can't believe. I don't think he'll ever realize how much of a miracle he actually is. And for Kayden and I, it's a gift.